Throughout history, every great nation has produced warriors who became symbols of courage, discipline, and unmatched skill. Some conquered vast empires. Others defended their homeland against impossible odds. Armed with swords, spears, muskets, or simply extraordinary determination, they changed the course of history and became legends that still inspire people centuries later. But if every country could be represented by just one legendary warrior, who would deserve that title? In this journey across 7 nations, we'll travel from the stormy seas of the Netherlands to the mountains of Syria, discovering the fearless pirate, the legendary musketeer, the free-spirited Cossack, the unstoppable Winged Hussar, the elite Persian immortal, the disciplined Shaolin monk, and the mysterious assassin. These are not fictional heroes. They were real warriors whose courage, skill, and reputation left a permanent mark on history. So, which of them was the most formidable? Let's begin. The sea is black beneath a raging storm. Towering waves crash against wooden ships as thunder echoes across the horizon. Cannons roar through the darkness, sails tear in the wind, and the smell of gunpowder fills the air. Out of the mist emerges a fleet flying the orange, white, and blue colors of the Dutch Republic. For countless sailors, that sight meant one thing: danger. During the 17th century, the Netherlands entered its golden age and became one of the world's greatest maritime powers. Dutch merchant ships crossed every major ocean, carrying spices, silk, silver, and countless other treasures between Europe, Asia, Africa, and the Americas. Protecting this vast trade network required fearless sailors who were just as skilled in battle as they were in navigation. Many of these men served as privateers, captains legally authorized by the Dutch government to attack enemy shipping during wartime. Others lived beyond the law, becoming pirates whose names spread fear across the seas. Whether fighting for the Republic or for their own fortune, Dutch seafarers gained a reputation for courage, discipline, and ruthless efficiency. The Dutch fought some of the greatest naval powers of the era. Spanish treasure fleets became valuable targets during the long struggle for independence. Portuguese ships carrying exotic goods from Asia faced relentless attacks across distant oceans. Even England, one of history's greatest naval nations, clashed with the Dutch in a series of brutal wars that shook the balance of power at sea. Success depended on more than bravery. Dutch captains mastered navigation, understood changing winds and currents, and commanded fast, heavily armed vessels capable of chasing or escaping almost any opponent. Their carefully planned raids captured enormous fortunes in gold, silver, spices, and valuable cargo, helping fuel the prosperity of the Dutch Republic. Among the most famous was Piet Hein, whose capture of an entire Spanish treasure fleet in 1628 became one of the greatest naval victories in history. His success demonstrated that Dutch seafarers could strike even the richest and best protected fleets in the world. By the height of the Dutch Golden Age, the appearance of Dutch warships or privateers on the horizon often caused panic before a single cannon had fired. Their reputation alone could intimidate enemies into surrender. For generations, these fearless sailors dominated the world's oceans, turning the Netherlands into a global trading empire. Their courage, seamanship, and relentless pursuit of victory earned them a legendary place among history's greatest maritime warriors. Europe, the 17th century. The sound of marching boots echoes through the streets of Paris as elegant soldiers wearing blue cloaks and wide-brimmed hats stand ready outside the royal palace. A musket rests on one shoulder, a razor-sharp sword hangs at the waist, and every movement reflects discipline, confidence, and honor. These are the King's Musketeers, the elite warriors of France. Founded in the early 17th century, the Musketeers were far more than ceremonial royal guards. They served directly under the French king, protecting the crown both on the battlefield and within the royal court. Only the bravest and most capable soldiers earned the privilege of joining their ranks. Unlike ordinary infantry, musketeers mastered 2 very different forms of combat. At long range, they wielded the musket, one of the most powerful firearms of its time. But once the smoke covered the battlefield and enemies closed the distance, they drew their swords with remarkable speed and precision. This combination of firearms and expert swordsmanship made them some of the most versatile warriors in Europe. The Musketeers fought in many of France's major military campaigns during the reigns of Kings Louis XIII and Louis XIV. Whether leading cavalry charges, defending strategic positions, or accompanying the king into dangerous territory, they earned a reputation for absolute loyalty and exceptional courage. Their discipline became a model for elite military units throughout Europe. Service among the Musketeers demanded constant training, physical endurance, and unwavering devotion to the crown. Their famous motto, "One for all, and all for one," came to represent the unity and brotherhood that defined their ranks, even though it later became famous through literature rather than military history. Their legend reached far beyond the battlefield thanks to The Three Musketeers, the classic novel by Alexandre Dumas. While the story is fictional, it was inspired by the real king's musketeers and transformed them into symbols of loyalty, friendship, and heroic adventure known around the world. Even centuries later, the image of the French musketeer remains instantly recognizable. With a musket in one hand, a sword in the other, and unwavering loyalty to the king, they embodied the ideals of courage, honor, and discipline. More than royal guards, they became one of the greatest military symbols in French history. Across the endless grasslands of Eastern Europe, a lone rider races beneath the open sky. His horse moves at full speed as the wind sweeps across the vast Ukrainian steppe. A curved saber hangs at his side, a musket rests across his back, and freedom is his greatest treasure. He is a Cossack, one of history's most legendary frontier warriors. From the 15th to the 18th century, the Ukrainian Cossacks became famous for their courage, independence, and extraordinary military skill. Living along the wild frontiers of the Dnipro River, they built self-governing communities where every warrior was expected to master both combat and survival. Their way of life demanded constant readiness for war. Unlike many soldiers of their time, the Cossacks excelled in every form of warfare. They were fearless cavalrymen capable of launching lightning-fast attacks across the open steppe. They fought as disciplined infantry, using firearms with deadly accuracy while building fortified defensive positions in remarkably little time. At sea, they transformed into skilled sailors aboard their famous Chaika boats, light, fast vessels designed for speed, surprise, and daring raids. Armed with curved sabers, long spears, pistols, and muskets, Cossacks adapted quickly to changing battlefields. Their mobility and unconventional tactics often allowed them to defeat much larger and better-equipped armies. Instead of relying on overwhelming numbers, they used speed, intelligence, and surprise to gain the advantage. Some of their most remarkable achievements came during their campaigns against the mighty Ottoman Empire. Sailing across the Black Sea in their swift Chaikas, Cossack fleets launched bold attacks on heavily defended coastal fortresses and strategic ports. Their unexpected raids became legendary, proving that even one of the world's most powerful empires was vulnerable to determined and highly skilled warriors. The Cossacks also played a vital role in defending the lands of Ukraine from repeated invasions. Their reputation spread across Europe, where allies admired their courage and enemies respected their determination. To many, the appearance of Cossack horsemen on the horizon meant that a fierce and relentless fight was about to begin. More than soldiers, the Cossacks became a symbol of liberty. They valued independence above all else, electing their own leaders and fiercely protecting their traditions. This unique spirit of freedom, combined with exceptional military ability, turned them into one of the most respected warrior societies in European history. Even today, the Ukrainian Cossack remains a powerful symbol of courage, resilience, and national identity, a legendary warrior whose legacy continues to inspire generations. A thunder of hooves shakes the earth as hundreds of armored horsemen race across the battlefield. Long lances point toward the enemy, banners stream through the wind, and towering feathered wings rise behind their backs. As the charge gathers speed, entire armies begin to lose their nerve. These are the Winged Hussars, the legendary heavy cavalry of Poland. From the late 16th to the early 18th century, the Winged Hussars earned a reputation as one of the most powerful cavalry forces in military history. Drawn from the finest warriors of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, they combined exceptional horsemanship, heavy armor, and unmatched discipline to deliver devastating battlefield charges. Their most recognizable feature was the magnificent wooden frames covered with eagle, hawk, or ostrich feathers attached to their backs or saddles. While historians continue to debate their exact purpose, the wings made the Hussars one of the most intimidating sights in warfare and became an enduring symbol of Polish military glory. The Hussars were armed with extraordinarily long lances, often measuring over 5 meters, giving them a significant advantage against enemy cavalry. Once the lance shattered during the initial impact, they continued fighting with curved sabers, pistols, war hammers, or long thrusting swords. Their training emphasized speed, precision, and perfect coordination, allowing them to strike with incredible force. Time and again, the Winged Hussars defeated armies that greatly outnumbered them. Their disciplined charges broke enemy formations that many believed were impossible to penetrate. Rather than relying on sheer numbers, they depended on momentum, courage, and flawless execution to overwhelm their opponents. Their greatest triumph came in 1683 during the Battle of Vienna. As the Ottoman army laid siege to the city, King John III Sobieski led a massive coalition force to its rescue. In the decisive moment, thousands of Winged Hussars thundered down the hills in what is widely regarded as the largest cavalry charge in history. Their attack shattered the Ottoman lines, lifted the siege, and secured one of the most important victories in European history. The Battle of Vienna changed the balance of power on the continent and secured the Winged Hussars' place among history's greatest warriors. Their courage, discipline, and battlefield brilliance became legendary far beyond Poland's borders. Even today, the image of a winged hussar charging into battle remains one of the most iconic symbols of military excellence. Few cavalry units have ever inspired such admiration, or such fear. Their victories proved that determination, skill, and fearless leadership could overcome even overwhelming odds. The sun rises over the vast lands of the Persian Empire as thousands of elite warriors stand in perfect formation. Bronze spearheads shimmer in the light, colorful robes move with the desert wind, and polished wicker shields create an unbreakable wall. No matter how many battles they fought, their numbers never seemed to change. To their enemies, they appeared truly immortal. Known as the Immortals, this elite force served as the personal guard of the kings of the Achaemenid Persian Empire. During the reigns of rulers such as Cyrus the Great, Darius I, and Xerxes I, they formed the empire's most trusted military unit and played a crucial role in building one of the largest empires the ancient world had ever seen. The Immortals always numbered exactly 10,000 warriors. Whenever one soldier was killed, wounded, or became unable to serve, another immediately took his place. To outside observers, the unit never appeared to shrink, earning it the famous name given by the ancient Greeks, the Immortals. Membership in this elite corps was reserved for the empire's finest soldiers. They underwent rigorous training and were expected to maintain absolute discipline and unwavering loyalty to the Persian king. Unlike ordinary troops, the Immortals were equipped with some of the best weapons and armor available in the ancient world. Each warrior carried a long spear, a short sword or dagger, a powerful composite bow, and a wicker shield that offered both mobility and protection. This combination allowed them to fight effectively at both long and close range, making them highly versatile on the battlefield. Whether defending the king, leading an assault, or holding the battle line, they were prepared for every situation. The Immortals participated in many of Persia's greatest military campaigns, including the famous invasions of Greece. They marched across vast deserts, crossed towering mountain ranges, and fought in legendary battles that shaped the history of the ancient world. Their discipline and organization became a model for elite military units long before the rise of Rome. More than just soldiers, the Immortals represented the power and prestige of the Persian Empire itself. Their unwavering loyalty, constant readiness, and unmatched organization made them one of the most respected fighting forces of antiquity. Even after the fall of the Achaemenid Empire, the legend of the Immortals endured. Their seemingly endless ranks and elite status transformed them into one of history's most iconic warrior corps, a symbol of discipline, strength, and the military greatness of ancient Persia. High in the mist-covered mountains of China, an ancient temple stands in silence. At dawn, the sound of wooden staffs striking the ground echoes through the valley as monks move with incredible speed and precision. Every punch, every kick, and every breath has been perfected through years of relentless discipline. These are the legendary Shaolin monks. The Shaolin Monastery, founded more than 1,500 years ago, became one of the most famous centers of martial arts in the world. While the monks devoted their lives to Buddhist teachings and spiritual growth, they also developed extraordinary fighting skills to defend their temple and protect nearby communities during times of conflict. Unlike ordinary warriors, the Shaolin monks believed that true strength came from the balance of body and mind. Their daily lives combined meditation, physical endurance, and endless martial arts practice. Years of rigorous training forged exceptional speed, agility, flexibility, and self-control, allowing them to perform techniques that seemed almost impossible. The monks mastered a wide variety of weapons, including staffs, straight swords, spears, and broadswords. They also became experts in unarmed combat, developing powerful strikes, precise footwork, and defensive techniques that could overcome stronger opponents. Every movement was refined through countless hours of repetition until it became second nature. Throughout Chinese history, Shaolin monks occasionally answered the call of emperors during times of war. Historical records describe them assisting imperial forces in several military campaigns, where their discipline and combat skills earned widespread respect. Although they were never a conventional army, their courage on the battlefield became an important part of their growing legend. Over the centuries, the Shaolin fighting system evolved into one of the foundations of Chinese martial arts. Its influence spread across Asia and eventually around the world, inspiring countless martial art styles and generations of practitioners. Today, the name Shaolin is recognized as a symbol of dedication, discipline, and martial excellence. More than warriors, the Shaolin monks embodied the belief that mastery begins within. Their combination of spiritual wisdom, physical perfection, and unwavering determination transformed them into one of history's most iconic warrior traditions. Even after centuries, the legend of the Shaolin monks continues to inspire millions around the globe. They proved that the greatest power is not found in weapons alone, but in discipline, perseverance, and complete control of both body and mind. Night falls over the rugged mountains of Syria. Hidden among towering cliffs, a fortress stands almost invisible against the darkness. Somewhere below, a powerful ruler sleeps behind walls guarded by hundreds of soldiers. Yet before dawn, history itself will change, not because of an army, but because of a single man. These are the assassins. During the 11th and 12th centuries, the assassins, a branch of the Nizari Ismailis, became one of the most mysterious and feared groups in the medieval Middle East. Rather than defeating enemies through massive armies or open warfare, they specialized in carefully planned covert operations that targeted the most powerful political and military leaders of their time. From nearly impregnable mountain fortresses in Syria, including the famous fortress of Masyaf, the assassins built a network that stretched across the region. Their agents gathered intelligence, studied their targets for months, and waited patiently for the perfect moment to strike. Every mission required extraordinary discipline, courage, and absolute precision. Unlike conventional warriors, the assassins relied on secrecy instead of overwhelming force. They often infiltrated heavily guarded cities and strongholds where ordinary armies could never reach. Their carefully executed missions demonstrated that one determined individual could accomplish what thousands of soldiers could not. The assassins became so effective that kings, generals, and even crusader leaders treated the possibility of an assassination as a constant threat. Their reputation spread throughout both the Islamic world and medieval Europe, where stories of their daring operations quickly became legendary. Although many myths later surrounded the assassins, modern historians agree that their true strength lay in meticulous planning, unwavering loyalty, and psychological impact rather than supernatural abilities or reckless violence. Their influence reached far beyond the battlefield, shaping political events across the Middle East for generations. The legacy of the assassins survives even today. Their name entered many modern languages, giving us the English word assassin, which has become synonymous with a highly skilled political killer. Few warrior groups have left such a lasting mark on history, or on language itself. From fearless Cossacks and unstoppable Winged Hussars to disciplined Roman legionaries, legendary Musketeers, immortals, Shaolin monks, and the mysterious assassins, every nation forged warriors who reflected its history, values, and way of fighting. Their weapons may have faded into the past, but their legends continue to inspire the world centuries later. 7 countries. 7 legendary warriors. From fearless sailors who ruled the seas to unstoppable cavalry that shook entire armies, from disciplined royal guards and elite imperial soldiers to mysterious covert operatives and legendary martial artists, each of these warriors left an unforgettable mark on history. Their weapons, tactics, and traditions were different, but they all shared the same qualities: extraordinary courage, relentless discipline, and an unbreakable fighting spirit. Their legends have survived for centuries, continuing to inspire people around the world. But now it's your turn to decide. Which of these legendary warriors do you think was the deadliest in history? Tell us your choice in the comments, and if you enjoyed this journey through history, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next adventure into the world's greatest civilizations.